Field B, we have Eagle versus Rogers. Field C, it is Falcon College Scrutiny versus Westridge High School versus Christian Brothers College from Loy. So far, plays a bit scrappy. Neither side has settled. Maybe the nerves, maybe a level of fatigue setting on the players. And as things stand, neither side has been able to put a foot on the ball to control the tempo of the game. As play continues to develop on the from the far side to the near side, we see an attempted goal, albeit from distance. A shot coming through there from Mbonyeke, Takuzo Mbonyeke, the number 17 from Lomagundi, shooting from distance. So Watershed would be comfortable with the fact that he shot from range. Watershed are not yet getting into the box, neither are Lomagundi. And that is something that both coaches would be agonizing over. They'd love a bit more control on this game. As you see, the goal kick barely making it over the halfway, but Lomagundi able to get to the second ball. Now we see a pattern of play where Lomagundi have got the ball on the floor, and a misplaced attempt at a pass or a shot. I can't tell you which it was. From the number 13, Chimwai Fitze. And that'll be a goal kick to Watershed. As things stand, it's still scoreless. 5 minutes gone in the match, neither side settling down as yet. Remember, we're playing 20 minutes a half running time. No stoppages. Substitutions are... The substitution law has been amended slightly to allow for teams to make their changes relatively quickly, so there's no stoppage for substitutions. All of this is to minimize the amount of time that is wasted by teams, especially in making changes. You may be able to make out over there a very vociferous and vocal parent support group there from Lomagundi. They've definitely added color to the occasion, as have the parents from Gateway and from Carl College as well. And I've seen a couple of parents from Westridge, all of them adding support, really making the occasion memorable for kids. Not forgetting Falcon as well. They've managed to get a couple of parents up, and they've also been very vocal. As we see an opportunity devolving here for Lomagundi, but the number 7, Banga. Siawa Moya, sorry, was adjudged offsides there by the referee. So play has been brought back for that free kick to Watershed. It is still scoreless, neither side really able to impose their will on this match. In the Farm Boy derby, the Marondera boys versus the Chinoi boys. the country districts derby, if you will. And you see the number 17 from Watershed unable to connect with this number 13, a very creative player from Watershed. And play goes out for a throw-in on the far side to Lomagundi, and they take it quickly, trying to get the ball into the middle of the field so they can get their tricky and pacey front runners forward. As you see, the referee having a word with a couple of the players there. This tournament so far has been played in a relatively good spirit. Yes, we have seen robust challenges. Yes, we have seen a fair level of physicality from teams. But over and above it all, you know, teams have shown a fair amount of sportsmanship, a good level of combativeness without ill feeling, which is good to see in schoolboy sport. As that kick is taken long, but the Lomagundi defense able to see that one off. Lomagundi playing it in the middle of the pitch there. Very good play with Kabarami and Yeperai. And the ball is taken upfield there by Ngara. Denzel Ngara, but he's unable to find his front runner there on the far side on the right flank. Maybe if you're of a bison disposition, you'd be fairly pleased to see that Lomagundi are slowly starting to get a bit of ascendancy in this game, slowly getting a bit more of it. And a free kick is given away in the middle of the field there, on the far side. Watershed get an opportunity to clear the lines, and we see there's a bit of stress there from the Watershed coaching staff, trying to get a bit of urgency there, trying to urge the boys forward. But Watershed is unable to find any of their own players for the first ball. And a free kick is given to Lomagundi, and they have an opportunity now to get the ball, to progress it up into the Watershed half. As we see Keenan Chulu taking it long, but unable to keep it on target, much to the chagrin of his coaching staff. They have been extremely keen to see Chulu connecting with his own players. Yet another free kick there for Lomagundi, and we see they're probably looking to get the ball back into the Watershed half, more or less at the keeper, but unable to keep it on target, and that's yet another opportunity gone to waste. Out for a goal kick. It's kind of needless getting all your big boys into the opposition box, but you take a pot shot at goal and you're unable to keep it on target. That would be very disappointing. Maybe some of these takers need to show a bit more respect for the goalkeepers, you know, because the general thinking seems to be if you get it on target, it'll get into the net. We see there the Lomagundi captain, the number 13, Chimoy Fidze, dealing with that one in the deep anchor position, and the play devolves with Matiza Nadzo unable to bring that ball under control. Kandi will be very keen to set him up in the box. He's looked a very good player so far in the tournament. As you see, play stopping there for a set piece. As one of the Gandhi players is in need of medical attention. Over on the other side on field B, St. George's has a penalty against Eaglesville. Is this going to be an upset? And St. George's have taken the lead against Eaglesville over on field B. That match, Eaglesville versus St. George's, the Harare Derby, is live on our sister channel. As Banga's attended to off the field. Lomagundi are -1, but you see a Watershed player is also on the floor. And an opportunity there for Watershed, but the striker there is unable to get to it. And Gandhi are able to scramble that ball clear. And the ref stops play. Medic. As you see Lomagundi playing through the Watershed lines in a very, very, very wild attempt there from Chulu. His bench would be disappointed in that. Both teams, by the way, back to 11 players, but we see Lomagundi is about to make us a change. Banga seems to be struggling. Wasn't able to make it back, so Siaomanya is about to get on for number 7, Banga. And he's going up front. So Lomagundi making their intentions very clear. They need a goal. As a cross comes through, cross comes short, and the keeper there from Watershed does well to carry that one over the bar for a corner to Lomagundi. As we see Watershed making a change as well. The number 2 coming on. injury forced substitution by the look of it. You will recall that this is the second day of the tournament, so a number of the boys perhaps feeling the fatigue from yesterday's exertions in the group stages. Maybe a number of them not recovering as well as they'd have liked to. And you see an in-swinging corner there, dealt by the goalkeeper. He tipped it over the bar again. Yet another in-swinger, but this time to the far post. Watershed unable to clear the lines properly there. A wild attempt just outside the box. And this time Watershed are able to make a more effective clearance, getting the ball out to the halfway. And the referee will stop that, and he'll give a yellow card for dissent to the Watershed front man there. And that's a drop ball. Lomagundi back into attack. They were the team in possession at the time. The referee had stopped play to award that card. As you see, the captain, number 13, CHIZS, spreading the ball wide. Lomagundi are the team that has so far looked to use both flanks of the field. Not afraid to switch, not afraid to change the point of attack. Watershed on the side that looks to keep the ball on the floor. As we hear now the half-time buzzer goes off. And we go for the oranges with both teams still gridlocked at 0-0. Very scrappy affair so far. Both teams not really looking to make mistakes. I think a show of nerves coming through. There's a lot of jeopardy in this game. Remember, it's the semi-finals of the ATS under 20. Welcome back to the second half of this match. The Farm Boy Derby, the country Districts Derby. Lomagundi College from Chinoi versus Watershed College from Marondera. 0-0. Neither side as yet able to impose their will on the other. Very evenly contested match, albeit scrappy. Both sides will be looking to be urgent. Will be looking to create some opportunity. Coaches on both sides are talking about getting an early punch and then setting their stall to see out the game. Lots of jeopardy in the semi-final. Remember, the winner of this match goes through to face the winner of the Eaglesville and St. George's semi-final, which is happening over on Field B, live as well on the All Schools media platform on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook. So if you're disposed to either Eaglesville or St. George's, you may want to have a peek at that channel. As you see, a half chance present itself to Lomagundi, and that goes out for a goal kick, corner kick, I beg your pardon, on the far side. And you see the number 18 of Lomagundi, Beke, ambling over to take that one. This looks like an in-swinger to the far post. Lots of wind. That can make it a very interesting possibility, and you see that he's unable to beat the first man at the near post. And Watershed just about clear their lines. And a free kick there is one by Lomagundi. Over on the half. By Watershed, sorry, over on the half. Lomagundi, of course, in their traditional green and yellow stripes with white shorts. Watershed and the all-white kit with the blue strip and white shorts. And you see yet another set piece going to waste. Another shot just aimlessly put in. It's interesting that both coaching sides are urging players to take pot shots at goal just to see what happens, what goes in. Remember the level of jeopardy that's in this one. There's a very strong sense that to win this tournament, you just have to make sure that you're in the last game. And a free kick is awarded to Lomagundi, just inside of the Watershed half on the near side. And dead in front of the Lomagundi bench. And a free kick has been given to Lomagundi in a very interesting position. We see a number of players standing over the ball. Machacha in jersey 10, jersey 13, the captain, Chimapidze. The ball goes the way of the goalkeeper, and happily for him, as the referee judges that want to be a handball, that the young man controlling the ball used his hand to aid him. And Watershed get a set piece and get an opportunity to play the ball in the Lomagundi half. Yet another long range shot that trickles out of play. Another man who's unable to connect with his players in the box. Yet another instance of players unable to get to the first ball. And that is a fair level of disappointment for teams right across the division. And you see there, Lomagundi against the run of play. The number 11 just seizing on that opportunity. Rongano Masenda seizing on a weird moment there in the Watershed defense. To put the Chinoi boys ahead. With 15 minutes to go in the second half. Remember, it's running time, there is no stoppage. The referee asks for that one to be retaken. As we see Watershed switching the ball to the far side of the field, and Lomagundi looking to get some separation. Are they able to force yet another mistake in the Watershed defense? And the referee will say play on, there's nothing in that. The number 17 unable to get anything on that ball, and that's adjudged to be offside. And the free kick given to Lomagundi. Watershed really feeling the pressure right now. They're extremely keen to get things going, extremely keen to get the ball into the Lomagundi half. As you see another opportunity, they're going a begging. Lomagundi with the chance there to get some separation with the second goal. Watershed very keen to get things going once again. A lot of urgency on their side. Pumping the ball up, and it goes out for a throw into Watershed. As you see the number 3 on the near side about to take a free kick. He'll be looking to get it into the box right there, try to test the Lomagundi goalkeeper. Koreraza is able to deal with it, is able to claim it. And he'll be looking to slow everything down to make sure that there's as much real estate between the ball and the Lomagundi goal. The coaches are, of course, talking about a bit more urgency in terms of trying to get that second goal. They want to make sure that there's no opportunity for Watershed to equalize to take this into penalty shootouts. That first ball not really dealt with properly there. And you see a bit of a scramble for the second. The free kick is awarded against Lomagundi. Referee's going to have a word with the Lomagundi captain and the number 13 from Watershed. The number 12, sorry. As the Lomagundi keeper, Guerrero sees that one pass his post. He's been very aware of his surroundings. He has done extremely well. A lot of teams looking at him and thinking perhaps he's not as agile as he could be. So they've tried a number of long distance shots to try and catch him out. But he's been equal to the task. See a bit of a step over there from the number 11, the substitute. Unable to find his man in the middle of the field. And you see a ball coming right across. But unfortunately, that man on the far side, the number 10, must end the judge to be offsides. He'll be disappointed because he was able to look right across the Watershed line, and he would have been able to see where the last defender is. We need to be more aware of his surroundings than that. The referee opted to keep his cards in his pocket. And a free kick for Watershed in a very interesting position. We've seen a number of teams going for the long range shot. Very few are looking to set up the players in the box. And Watershed in this case are not looking any different in terms of the tactical application of this free kick. And that goes over the bar. Yet another long range shot that amounts to nothing. Lomagundi lead, 1-0. With 8 minutes to go in this match, in this semi-final of the under-20 CHIZS tournament here at Gal College in Masvingo. You're watching now 2 of the top 4 sides in the tournament so far. Lomagundi and Watershed looking to get into the final against the winner of the semi-final over on pitch B between Eaglesville and St. George's. As you see a snatched attempt there from the captain of Lomagundi, Chimoefidze. Not really getting his laces through that one. As you see Lomagundi on the attack, finding the substitute on the far side. Siamwaya. And that's a goal kick awarded to Watershed as time continues to trickle the wrong way if you're of a Watershed disposition. Watershed bench urging their players to have a bit more sort of tempo. Lomagundi will be desperate to to minimize the amount of football that's played at this point, trying to see out the game. Game management, a very critical component in these 20-minute halves, where a goal tends to make all the difference. I think with a tournament like this, especially at under 20 level, there is no tomorrow. There is no chance to come back. Most of these boys are just about to head off for exams. So this is indeed the last chance to do for a lot of these kids. As you see, the goalkeeper claiming that one. Of course, we've seen on various professional tournaments. There's an emphasis on how much time the goalkeeper takes in possession. At the moment, with the number 18, BK off the field, Lomagundi are down to 10. But temporarily so unhappily for Lomagundi, they're back to a full complement. BK having seen off the 30 seconds for getting attended to. With 3 minutes to go in this match, Lomagundi very much in control and very much with momentum going their way. And you see a half opportunity presenting itself there. Watershed will be desperate to up the urgency there. And you see the ball is touched on. Is that going out for a corner? The last touch of a Lomagundi player there. Watershed will be desperate to get this to the far post, and indeed they do. The Lomagundi number 6, they are unable to put an effective clearance. Matoka. Is this an opportunity now for Lomagundi? Unfortunately, that touch was too heavy. Watershed player is able to usher him. Usher that man away from the center and making his shot very, very difficult, and in effect, he wasn't able to convert that chance. With just over a minute left in the game, Lomagundi very much in control, leading by a goal to nil in this semi-final. The winner goes on to face the winner of the semi-final happening over on Field B as we speak, between Eaglesville and St. George's, both schools from Harare. As Lomagundi take the ball up into the half, into the Watershed half. We see number 10 of Lomagundi, Machacha, coming off for number 12, Kambarami. Just about a minute to go. This is the last play. And Lomagundi have made it. Watershed are out.